Okay, so um on this video clip from it was in the trending, and it's about this lady who said something to the effect of it, like if she was going to get shot anywhere, she would rather have it be at the church. The best place for her to be would be at the church. And I guess people are kind of misconstruing that and making it sound like she's saying, uh, I don't know, you know, people are being hard on her about that, and it's like, they know what she really meant. So I don't know if she's really a Christian anyway, because she says she goes to church to ask for forgiveness. I'm like, well, you don't go to church to ask for forgiveness. uh, so that's kind of, I don't know if she was really being sincere when she said that, and she sounded kind of like almost more like a Catholic. Uh, so I don't know, but yeah, I do think these guys are speaking from a Catholic perspective. But anyway, the point is they speak to this guy. I don't know his name. I forgot to get that detail. Um, and he says something like, "We all have to come together under one God." And I'm thinking, I don't know what God he's talking about. you know, uh, uh, I get the feeling he's probably talking about the god of Babylon. But anyway, I'll try to let you hear it, and hopefully I don't get a copyright claim on this video.
Happen in a church, but I was downstairs talking with some people that work here that we all talk about our faith and we share the same beliefs. We were saying there's no other place we would want to go other than church, because I'm there asking for forgiveness. I feel very close to Christ when I'm there. So I'm trying to look at some positives here and know that those people are with the Lord now and experiencing eternity and no more suffering, no more sadness anymore. But on that note, did you talk to any of the people that were there when you were at the vigil? Any personal stories that you want to share with us from what happened inside the church?
Well, first, before the vigil, I went to a community center, and in the community center were the families of the victims, and I had the opportunity to speak with them directly and try to summon the language that would try to touch their hearts. And I got to tell you, I left from there before going to the vigil very inspired by these individuals who are going through the suffering, because it was clear from my conversations with them, from hugging them and holding them and hearing their whispers into my ears, that their faith in God was unwavering, that what they relied upon in that moment in time and during the course of the vigil later on was both their faith, but also the necessity for us to come together under one God to purge evil and to rely upon the love that God provides.
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah, indeed. We know you've got your hands full.
Okay, I'm going to play that back again.
But also the necessity for us to come together under one God to purge evil and to rely upon the love that God provides.
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, so I need to look into this guy and see if he's a Jesuit or something like that. I need to. I may do a follow up to this, um, or yeah, something like that. But I don't know, guys. Could we be seeing part of a plan to bring the Protestant churches into the Catholic churches? Could they use terror or gun violence or any kind of violence as a means to get us to turn to Rome for protection, or to the Pope, or even to our government for protection? And could it be a means to try to get us to unite religiously with other religions as well? because I mean, at the root of it, the common bond or the tie between all of them, all of these other religions and the Catholic Church and everything, is um, the whole sacred feminine thing, where they all want us in some way, shape, or form, uh, going through a goddess to get to God. So yeah, I'm gonna pause this, and I should have planned on this earlier, but I just want to take a look at this guy to see what he's about. All right, here's some of the things that I found about Abbott while checking out his the bio on his website. Um, I learned that he went to Vanderbilt. Where is that information at? But he first he attended the, I believe it was the University of Texas, and then he went to Vanderbilt. Okay, here it is. After graduating from the University of Texas, he received his law degree from Vanderbilt University. So I looked at Vanderbilt University to find out what that school was all about. And yes, he's listed as one of the alumni there. But I also found out something very interesting that happened at this school. I hope I can find it. It was, let's go back up. And before I get to the um, thing that I really want to show you about this school, Vanderbilt, I want to show you something that happened that really first grabbed my attention. It involved an experiment that was performed there, and it involved some pregnant women, and it was pretty brutal. Let me pause it until I find it. Yes, I go. Unless I can find it quickly. Okay, I'm going to pause it until I find the part that I'm looking for. Okay, here's an interesting note from Vanderbilt's history. Shortly after the war, from 1945 to 1947, researchers at Vanderbilt University conducted an experiment funded by the Rockefeller Foundation, where they gave 800 pregnant women radioactive iron, 751 of which were pills, without their consent. In a 1969 article published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, it was estimated that 3 children had died from the experiment. When the United States Department of Energy tried to investigate what had happened in 1993, they were told by the university that the records had been destroyed in the 1970s. Democratic Senator Jim Sasser called the experiment deeply disturbing. After the women sued, they received 9.1 million US from Vanderbilt University and 900,000 from the Rockefeller Foundation in 1998. So, what is the Rockefeller Foundation doing, giving Vanderbilt University that kind of funding for such a an evil experiment? But anyway, so um, I couldn't find anything else beyond that, unless I'm missing something on Vanderbilt that was um, like any Jesuit ties or anything like that. But when I looked up, because before Vanderbilt, he attended. Um, so this is on Abbott, right? I'm gonna just to show you. Here we go. Here's his name here, so we know we're talking about Abbott. All right. So before Abbott went to Vanderbilt, he attended. He got his in 1981. He earned. Okay, not that. Stop doing that. I'm not touching that. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, there we go. A bachelor's in business at the University of Texas at Austin, where he was a member of Delta Tau Delta. So he was a fraternity. He was a frat boy, right? Okay, so I looked up the Delta Tau Delta, and that is their logo. As you can see, you have the Eye of Providence, they so called, the Eye of the Grand Architect, the what do you call it? The Iron Soul for the great mind of the universe, and that is clearly an Illuminati symbol. So look up notable controversies. I haven't actually read this part yet. Okay, I don't see anything there. Nothing jumps out at me there. Notable members and alumni. Let's see, former government officials. Let's look at that. No names jump out at me again, but I think just the logo for this fraternity says it all. That is very interesting. So this is the guy. I mean, this involves the guy who said that we all need to come together under one guy. So um, I'm going to go back to him. I want to play that clip one more time.
Under one God, to purge evil and to rely upon the love that God. Also, the necessity for us to come together under one God to purge evil and to rely upon the love that God provides.
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah, indeed. We know you.
Well, I don't know what else to say. I'm out of words. So thanks for listening, everyone.